everyone, my name is Vina, aka Miss WOCReader, and welcome back to my channel. Now y'all know if I'm sitting here filming, that means I could not film in my usual filming space, but I still wanted to bring this video to you guys today. So I have some great recs that I'm ready to share. I heard you guys wanted some more books about gods and goddesses because y'all love Percy Jackson so much, but you want those books to be black. So here are some that I decided to share. This is Maya and the Rising Dark by Rena Barron. It is a middle grade novel. 12-year-old Maya is daydreaming about summer break in her Southside Chicago neighborhood when she witnesses the color bleed from the world. She's the only one who sees it, and the other weird occurrences, like the were hyenas stalking the streets at night. Not to mention, there's a scary man made of shadows plaguing her dreams. Her best friends try to find a reasonable explanation, perhaps a ghost uprising or a lunchroom pudding experiment gone awry. But to Maya, it sounds like something from one of Papa's fantastical stories or her favorite Oya comics. When Papa goes missing, Maya is suddenly thrust into a world both strange and familiar as she uncovers the truth. Her father is the guardian of the veil between our world and the dark, where an army led by the Lord of Shadows, the man from Maya's nightmares, awaits. Maya herself is a godling, half Orisha and half human, and her neighborhood is a safe haven. But now that the veil is failing, the Lord of Shadows is determined to destroy the human world. Maya will have to unlock her hidden powers, save her father, and bring order to the world before darkness consumes it. She just hopes she can do it in time to attend Comic-Con before summer's end. So this is Maya and the Rising Dark. It is the first in a 3-book series. Next, I have a YA novel. This is Why We Play with Fire by Giselle Varesian. When Thea is unexpectedly plunged through a mystical well by her family with a cryptic mission to retrieve the keys, she finds herself in an unfamiliar world brimming with divine secrets. Here, ancient artifacts of immense power are shielded from dark societies with nefarious intentions. Discovering hints of her own celestial lineage, Thea, against the advice of seasoned guardians, embarks on a quest with newfound allies to reclaim these mysterious keys. As relationships deepen and and alliances shift, Thea grapples with her role in a tale bigger than she ever imagined. Join Thea and the other Malachites on a thrilling journey where myth intertwines with destiny. Trust is a double-edged sword, and the shadows of the past loom large over the present. Dive into a world of gods, challenges, and heart-stopping adventures where every choice has far-reaching consequences. So this is While We Play with Fire. So there is a book 2 that is supposed to come out this summer. This is King of Dead Things by Nevin Holness. Eli doesn't know who he is or who he came from. What he does know is that he can heal a wound with just a touch and pluck magic from a soul like a petal from a flower. 3 years ago, he was found by his now best friends, Sonny and Max, and there is nothing he wouldn't steal to survive and keep his new family together. Malcolm would do anything to forget where he came from. Desperate to escape his estranged father's shadow and plagued with an inherited magic he doesn't fully understand, Malcolm has just one priority: save his mother no matter the cost. Malcolm and Eli's path collide when Eli and his friends are sent to track down the fang of the leopard god Osebo, a deadly weapon that can eat magic. In a job filled with enigmatic Nine-Nights and Caribbean legends, Malcolm and Eli must face their own demons as they race through the magical underbelly of London to retrieve the fang, before an ancient and malevolent power comes back to life. So this is King of Dead Things. A book 2 is also coming out sometime this summer. The Black God's Drums by P. Shelley Clark. This is a novella. Creeper, a scrappy young teen, is done living on the streets of New Orleans. Her sights are set on securing passage aboard Captain Anne Marie's smuggler's airship, Midnight Robber, earning the captain's trust using a secret about a kidnapped Haitian scientist and a mysterious weapon he calls the Black God's Drums. But Creeper keeps another secret close to her heart. Oya, the African Orisha of the wind and storms who speaks inside her head and grants her divine powers, and Oya has her own priorities. So this is the Black God's Drum, if you're looking for something short, quick, and sweet. The Night Ward by R.S.A. Garcia. For 500 years, Gaia's hand has stood as a ward against the dark. The Age of Chaos is a faded memory. The goddess has left Aelin and given her blessing to the queens to rule in her stead. Princess Viella of the court of Himber is the spirit of Gaia, presumptive heir to the throne and budding wielder of magic, and yet she's still a child, not yet 10 years old, and a day spent evading her teachers and her dutiful bodyguard Luca is much more satisfying than learning about telepathy, illusions, and other spells, or obeying even her mother, the queen. There is time enough until there isn't. For the night the queen hosts a ceremony to confirm Viella as the next hand of Gaia, everything changes for her. In the most horrific way imaginable, Viella's mother is assassinated. Now Viella is queen. Luca, despite resenting his position as royal babysitter, does not hesitate. He rushes his charge from the court and vows to keep her safe. Yet he is unsure how to help the burgeoning hand of Gaia, let alone contend with his place as a man in a matriarchal world and the secret that is burning inside him. Together they are on the run from darkness in a world where the lines between magic and technology are blurring, and it's up to a child and her protector to bring clarity and light back to the queendom. So this is the first book in a series. The author does have cancer, and she's doing better now, but because she was battling that in 2025, she couldn't really focus on writing her books. So it is going to probably be a little bit until book 2 comes out. The Blood Trials by Annie Davenport. It's all about blood. The blood spilled between the Republic of Meereen and the armies of the Blood Emperor long ago. The blood gifts of Meereen's deadliest enemies. The blood that runs through the elite war houses of Meereen, the rulers of the tribunal, dedicated to keeping the Republic alive. The blood of the former Legitimus commander, Vern Amari, murdered. For his granddaughter Ikenna, the only thing steady in her life was the man who had saved Meereen. The man who had trained her not just in martial skills, but in harnessing the blood gift that coursed through her. Who trained her to keep that a secret. But now there are too many secrets, and with her grandfather assassinated, Ikenna knows 2 things: that only someone on the tribunal could have ordered his death, and that only a Praetorian guard could have carried out that order. Bent on revenge as much as on discovering the truth, Ikenna pledges herself to the Praetorian trials, a brutal initiation that only a quarter of the aspirants survive. She subjects herself to the racism directed against her half-Canaan heritage and the misogyny of a society that cherishes progeny over prodigy, all while hiding a power that, if found out, would subject her to execution or worse. Ikenna is willing to risk it all because she needs to find out who murdered her grandfather, and then she needs to kill them. Meereen has been at peace for a long time. Ikenna joining the Praetorian trials is about to change all that. Magic and technology converge in the first part of this stunning debut duology where loyalty to oneself and one's blood is more important than anything. So this is The Blood Trials by Annie Davenport. It is a finished duology. Here's another book in a finished duology. This is The Sun and the Void by Gabriela Romero Lacruz. Stuck on the edges of society, Reina's only hope lies in an invitation from a grandmother she's never met. But the journey to her is dangerous, and prayer can't always avert disaster. Attacked by creatures that stalk the mountains, Reina is on the verge of death until her grandmother, a dark sorceress, intervenes. Now dependent on the Dunya's magic for her life, Reina will do anything to earn and keep her favor, even the bidding of an ancient god who whispers to her at night. Ava Kasari is unwanted. Illegitimate and of mixed heritage, Ava is her family's shame. She tries to be the perfect daughter, but Ava is hiding a secret. Magic calls to her. Even though she should fight the temptation, magic is the sign of the dark god, and using it is punishable by death. Yet it's hard to ignore power when it has always been denied you. Ava is walking a dangerous path, and in the end, she'll become something she never imagined. So, like I said, this is a finished duology. I still need to read book 2, but I am hoping to get to it soon. So, those are just a few books by Black authors with gods and goddesses to get you started. Let me know if you have a favorite that I didn't mention in this video. And if you liked this video, make sure and hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!